If you like running the ball in Madden 23, then you're in luck because I'm about to show you guys the best run scheme in the game in this video. Yo, what's up YouTube? It's Duke back here from Sportsgamerz.com. And in today's Madden 23 tip video, I'm about to break down the best two-play run scheme in the game. This run scheme is going to destroy all the defenses people run online from man-to-man blitzes, zone, nickel, dollar, dime, 3-4, 4-3, whatever you face, this will kill. Now we're going to be looking at this ace double wing formation. It's a two-play run combo. It's out of the Commanders offensive playbook. Guys, I actually just released a guide on the Commanders offensive playbook on Sportsgamerz.com. All of our VIP members get access included. It's the best offense in the game. If you want to become a VIP member, you get access to everything on the site. That's all of our ebooks and Madden tips. And the link to sign up is in the description and the comments, but you're just going to want to make sure that you put the dive and the stretch in your audibles. That's really it. This formation is extremely unique in its alignment, and I'm about to show you guys why. We're going to start with going against nickel over. So let's look at the stretch first. So one thing about these nickel over defenses is over Storm Brave is extremely common, and nickel in general is going to get killed by this formation. This formation has a lot of advantages running the ball. Before I break those down, I do want to let you guys know that I do free Madden 23 tip videos on a daily basis on my channel. You're not going to find this type of content anywhere else, so if you enjoy it, make sure you subscribe to the channel, and if you really rock me, smash that like button. If we can get to 300 likes on this video, I will drop a full scheme from this formation, breaking down some passing plays as well for you guys on my YouTube channel. And also just comment on the video, a single word, an emoji, anything will help me out a lot in the YouTube algorithm, be able to reach more viewers and continue to do these free videos for you guys. So this formation is really nice because it's basically symmetrical, which means it's the same on each side of the field. So you guys can see I can just flip the play back and forth no matter which side I want to run the ball to, and nobody moves in the offensive formation. Nobody moves because there's two tight ends on each side of the field and the running back is directly behind the quarterback. So this makes it impossible for the defense to know, which side we could be running the ball, passing the ball to based upon formation because nobody moves. But also that means the blocking is balanced both ways. So I have two extra blockers in the tight ends on each side of the field, left and right. So that means I can just go run the ball to whichever side is weaker defensively.
For my free YouTube content, I highly recommend checking out Sportsgamerz.com. This is where I post all my premium content for Madden 23. I have offensive and defensive ebooks, schemes, plus I do 4 to 6 premium tips every week in the Madden Vault to keep you guys ahead of the game. Our best offer yet is the Sportsgamerz Madden VIP membership. This is the best Madden membership anywhere on the net, the best content at the best price. You get access to the entire site for only $24.99. This means all of our ebooks, all of our Madden Vault tips, plus you even get access to our meta reports and our exclusive VIP members only community. I also do one-on-one coaching as well for you guys that are interested in that. See you at Sportsgamerz.com. If you're serious about winning more games, I will post a link in the description as well as in the comments.
Whichever side I have the numbers advantage in blockers versus defenders. So like here, this example you guys can see with a nickel formation, any nickel formation, you'd obviously want to run away from the nickel back. In this situation, the nickel back's on the right side of the screen, right? So that means that there's naturally 3 defenders over here, even if they use one of these guys and take him more in the middle of the field. A lot of times people do something like that or whatever. You'd still want to run left, right? So in this situation, we're going to run to the left because we have the numbers advantage. So, the defense is none the wiser. I flip the play to the left, they can't tell. And as you guys are going to see here, the blocking is just outstanding. I mean, I'm basically if that guy holds that block for a split second longer, it's a touchdown. As is, I got a very, very, very good play. I mean, 2 of those runs, it's a first down here. He holds the block. And as you guys can see, we're out for a touchdown. It's that simple. This run is really, 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 really nice against the meta. Nickel over. So you guys can see here, if you take a look at the replay, literally all that's going to happen here is the 2 tight ends are going to get the 2 blocks on the edge, perimeter defenders in the secondary to safety in the corner. As long as nobody sheds their block immediately, it's a man-on-man blocking situation. All we got to do is cut between the gap between those 2 tight ends. And, maybe the user might be able to catch us. Probably not. If we have a fast running back, it's a free touchdown, basically. Now, you're probably wondering, what if they, not in a super aggressive man-to-man blitz? What if they just play like a zone? Like, the cover 4 stuff a lot of people will run. So, guys, here we're in this cover 4 match, and I'm going to go pinch my defense. Now, in a situation like this, even though we're in zone, still essentially the same thing because at the end of the day here, one side of the field is going to have an extra defender than the other. So here there's a nickel back on the left instead of the right. That means because the nickel back's on the left, we have more blockers versus defenders on the right. We're going to run to the right. And as you guys see, it's basically one-on-one with that safety, right? If we can get by him, we have potentially a huge play. Even if not, we still have 5 to 10 yards. So that's what I love about this play is, I mean, yes, it's explosive. You can get touchdowns as you've seen. But, even if, you don't get the perfect run blocking and, open field moves or whatever, I mean, you're still kind of guaranteeing yourself, that 5 to 10 yards against this look. Just by simply being smart and running away from the strength of the defense. Now another type of defense people like to run a lot is dollar. And I often have people say to me in these videos I do for run plays, it's like, a lot of times people say, well, you're running the ball against dollar and nickel. Well, duh, because that's what everybody who's a good player uses as their run defense is nickel and dollar. You don't see good players this year use 4-3 or 3-4 as run defense because honestly, this year 3-4 and 4-3's run defense is horrible. So the reason why I show these plays against nickel and dollar most of the time is because that's what most people use. Good players don't run 3-4 or 4-3. Those formations are not good. But I will show you guys at the end of this video how this would look if someone did run a 4-3 or 3-4 just to show you guys. But I do want to tell you, so this dollar defense, if they come out in dollar and they do not pinch their D-line, you just want to run dive. That's literally why dive is in my audibles, is if I see them in a spread out D-line. Because then, I have a free, huge gainer up the middle in a nickel 3-man line or dollar 3-man line, like a nickel 3-3 or dollar if they don't pinch their line, literally just run dive. And I mean, you see I get 15 plus yards before I'm even threatened at all. So that's why you want to do that, is to make them pinch their D-line. So if we came out in the same look, it could be a spinner, it could be DB fire, it could be cover 4. It really doesn't matter. You're forcing them to pinch their defensive line, which, if they do that, then again, get it pinched here. All right, there we go. If they do that, then you're opening up stretch. And now against dollar, the thing is, dollar's symmetrical too, which means it's the same on each side. I mean, you got that nickel back on each, the slot corner, the nickel, and the dime back on each side of the field. So you could run either way. The thing that makes dollar so good against the run is that this year, these slot corners, they're very hard to block them. Most of the time, the blockers just don't recognize them. This is a very rare formation where, because there's the 2 tight ends lined up in tight on each side of the field, those DBs in the slot blitzing, they'll get blocked every time. As you guys can see here, we're able to block them. We get a nice kick out block on that DB. That's, that's 4 to 5 yards. So like I said, you're not always going to get a touchdown. Don't get it wrong. But just having the ability to get 4 to 5 yards a pop each and every time, minimum, with the ability to get touchdowns, as you guys can see there's another 4 yards. That's what makes this run so good, so consistent. I mean, you don't always have to break a touchdown. But knowing that worst case scenario, again, look, this time I got about 9-10. That's going to kill the defense. Nobody can play defense giving up 5 to 10 yards to run. And still being threatened for a touchdown. It's just not the formula. So, as I said, I did want to show this against a 4-3 or 3-4, just so you guys can see. Now, a lot of people will run this 4-3 even this year. Just get crazy blitzing. I mean, it's a pretty good defense. It does give you good pressure. However, it's not good run D. This 4-3 even formation and the 3-4 in general, it's going to get killed by stretch. All you got to do is read the user. The user is the key. This middle linebacker is who people are going to user. Now, in this situation, you see that he's trying to get outside. He's sprinting to the edge. So that's why I kind of cut it back, because I saw him sprinting to the edge. That led me to get 10 yards. Now, if he would have been a little bit more conservative, not trying to get outside so hard, I would have kept going outside and had a big play. But because I see him, he's not even respecting the cutback. I cut it back up, got about 10 yards. That's the really nice thing about this stretch is, yes, you can take it outside, but if they over-pursue you, you also can cut back. Other thing you want to watch for is the front. A lot of times people will, get aggressive in these cover 0 blitzes, pinch their D-line, just user somebody. If you see something like that, you pretty much know the stretch is going to be the play call. You don't want to run dive against a look like that, because as you guys can see here, those aggressive defenses, they actually, if they're not, run by the proper way, which most people do not run them the proper way, they're going to have actually a higher chance to give up big plays, because all you got to do is basically get by the first wave of defenders without somebody shedding. And as you've seen in this video, you could have a touchdown, or at the very least, it's gonna be a big game. So personally, while the cover 0 meta does stop a lot of runs, there are certain runs in this game that kill it. This is one of them. always in my playbook, look for runs to kill the cover zero meta because you know that's what you're going to play most of the time. And you can get a lot of big plays, if not touchdowns, with those types of runs. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to smash that like button. It's Duke, and I'll be back soon with some more great content.